Each and every one of us has an unlimited inner wellspring of spiritual power. You have the ability to transform, create, and heal anything upon which you set your heart and mind. Join me, Sarah Hall, as we learn how to uplift all aspects of your life through spiritual empowerment. Enjoy weekly guided meditations, spiritual discussions on a multitude of topics, and a chance to call in to receive channeled messages from the angels on your spiritual journey. I'm Sarah Hall, and this is Through the Eyes of the Angels. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am so glad that life brought you here today. This podcast is a space for us to explore all aspects of the human experience through a spiritual perspective. We as human beings are inherently expressions of source energy expanding. We are God individualized, and in exploring our own nature, we can come to know the creative forces that make this universe. Sex is a cornerstone of the human experience. It is pure creative energy. In other words, sexual energy is a natural expression of source energy expanding through you. Just as God or source or the universe or the mind of the all, whichever you'd like to call it, expands to create all of existence, so too do you in your own life. The micro is a mirror reflection of the macro. In other words, as above, so below. You are created in God's image. If God or source is a naturally creative force, then of course, so too are you. And your sexuality is the burning fuel of that creative energy. Sexual energy is the purest, most original form of all human creativity. Each of our souls walked through a sexual gate in order to enter into this existence. And we're all here because of sex, right? And so that first sexual spark that made an opening through which your soul could enter this world came from a part of our human spiritual consciousness that constantly seeks to expand its perspective. Having children expands your perspective. Not only because being a parent forever changes your life, but also because we inherit our parents' consciousness. We enter life through a sexual gateway that is bursting with conscious information. As we pass through that gate, we inherit so much more than just the physical genes that determine what color your eyes might be or how your physical body will function. You also inherit an imprint of the memories that belong to your lineage. Giving birth to a child passes along another form of your physical body, as well as a literal expansion of your perspective and consciousness. Now, this does not, of course, mean that we are limited by our parents' perspective. In fact, you chose your specific parents to help you to evolve your soul's perspective as well as theirs. The ancestral memories you carry are actively expanding, evolving, and editing as you live your life. So our destiny is never restricted by our lineage. Rather, your lineage is the absolute, perfect, soul-chosen, vibrational match for your spiritual journey. It is your spiritually chosen, perfect opportunity to evolve your soul and expand the universe. Now, if sexual energy is so powerful that it can give way to all of that, then sexuality is surely highly sacred and spiritually powerful. It is the fuel of life. Sexual energy pours through our mind and body in many forms. It is the same energy that drives us to survive and thrive. It is divine energy in a state of explorative play that causes life to sprawl out all over the universe. And the sexual energy is highly present in all forms of human creativity. So our art, our music, our stories, architecture, technology, and so forth originate from the innate drive to expand that pours from the same sexual nature and center that gave rise to your life. This is why when we talk about the sacral chakra, or in other words, the energy center that's located in your pelvic region associated with the sex organs, the sacral chakra is known to be a center of your sexuality and your creativity in all forms. It is a center of desire that expresses itself sexually and expands to also express itself as the desire for all of the things that we want in life. So it's everywhere. It permeates our mind, it permeates our body. Sex has the potential to bring you close to the divine. The drive to merge with someone in romantic love comes from the desire to merge with God. Love relationships with our partners has the capacity to deliver us to an absolutely ecstatic feeling of love in which we are really tasting the unity of God, unity with God. Falling in love sparks intense desires to merge with that person because we sense immense potential to transcend the ordinary and merge with our God self. Sexual orgasm allows us to completely surrender to the creative forces of the universe and to merge with source energy in a very, very complete way for a moment. In fact, the word ecstasy comes from a word that means to stand outside of oneself, the Greek word ekstasis. In other words, to experience ecstasy is to transcend oneself in the sense of your usual everyday waking consciousness momentarily, so that your consciousness is wide open and touching the raw essence of God or source. Sex, much like the rest of our creative pursuits, is very, very much colored by our intentions and by our beliefs and our feelings. So in the same way that a painter can make an image that expresses joy and alignment with God, she can also paint an image that expresses maybe sadness or being out of alignment with the flow of life. Just as with most all things in this dual paradigm we live in on planet Earth, sex has the potential for both positives and negatives. So if sexuality comes from a negative emotional space, it will amplify that negative energy. For example, let's say someone craves sex from the belief that he or she is not enough and they do not love themselves. Perhaps they subconsciously believe that sex will give them more power or more self-acceptance. Sex can then likely result in that person feeling worse about themselves afterwards because it is amplifying the emotional state of self-rejection. Furthermore, our beliefs about what sex is plays a huge role in how we experience it. Sex can be an expression of many things, not always love. It's what you bring to it that creates it and shapes it. So, for example, if someone is conditioned their whole life to truly feel and believe that sex is wrong, dirty, shameful, or taboo unless it's between two married heterosexual people, then having sex outside of marriage or with a partner of the same sex might actually dredge up those shame-based feelings and cause the person to feel conflicted and out of alignment with sex. In other words, our beliefs can cause us to exist in a state that is out of alignment with the natural aspect of sex that is benevolently creative and good. And thus we can experience sex as a negative thing. However, if our beliefs are in alignment with the pure cosmic potential of sex, if we allow ourselves to understand it as a natural, positive, inspiring, and creative force in life from which we need not ever really experience negativity so long as we feel good about it, then sex will be a very positive experience that brings us closer to the divine and also to ourselves and to our partners. If you want sex to yield a healthy, positive, and fulfilling outcome, then begin by aligning your thoughts and beliefs with the experience such that you believe that sex is healthy and good. Explore yourself and your own nature and look to discover how your sexual energy can healthfully and happily express itself. Then, find the right container for your sexual energy. You see, sex is an elemental force, much like fire. When fire has the right container, it is very useful to us. It can keep us warm, it can cook our food, inspire us to tell stories, it can bring light to darkness. When fire is not in the right container, however, it can burn down your house. So what does your container look like? Source, or God, stands in perfect non-judgment of the beliefs and choices that we hold. So perhaps for one person, monogamy is their container and that works. For another, marriage is their ideal container. And yet for another person, homosexuality or transgender sexuality is their perfect hearth. And yet for another person, polyamory is their perfect healthy container. There is no right or wrong about the shape of your container. And any container can be healthy and uplifting when it honors mutual respect between partners. One of the reasons why sex can be so powerfully transformational is that sex makes a powerful bond between two people and a powerful imprint on your mind, body, and spirit. This is why it is very important to consider your sexual partner. Having a certain measure of compatibility and a high level of mutual respect is necessary for good, healthy sex. The bond or imprint our partner makes on us continues to work, you see, after the sex act itself. The highest positive function for this sharing of energy can work to shape you and prepare you for communing further with your partner and has the power to improve the relationship. Through sexual exchange, so much more than physical feelings are exchanged. Sex also transmits energy and consciousness between people. And because of the highly psychological and spiritual, creative, transformational power of sex, it's not possible to not invest emotions in sex or for it not to have a way of touching the spiritual side of your being. What we do with the body, we do with the mind, we do with the spirit. Emotions will be catalyzed and exchanged. Energetically, when two people have sex, they make a spiritual, consciousness-based connection at each chakra level. The energy body bond becomes something that remains long after the act of sex itself. In leaving a spiritual imprint behind with your partner, you experience a little bit of your partner's perspective from within, and they experience yours. You subconsciously begin processing one another's perspective, and thus ideally helping you to shape your partner into perhaps a more finessed and an intricately compatible person to share life and sex with as it shapes you as well. Couples thus begin to function energetically, emotionally, and consciously as a unit through sex. That bond at every chakra level can provide a deeper awareness in the relationship. So at the crown chakra, the couple has a spiritual connection. Spiritual energy is exchanged. There is a sense that we are acknowledging that both of us come from the same source, and we're, in a sense, accessing that sameness of source. At the third eye, the couple has a bond of the psyche, a shared sense of understanding, an exchange of mind, wisdom, insight. At the throat chakra, a couple will have deepened communication as a result of exchanging sexual energy. Deepened communication by more deeply understanding one another, and sex itself is a language. So you're picking up on all of that information. At the heart level, a couple might have a connection of love and an understanding of one another's emotions and feelings. Closer exploring what makes their partner emotionally function and tick. Then at the solar plexus level, that couple would develop a sharing in their sense of identity and often supportiveness and empowerment for one another. Or if it's a negative sexual exchange, this can be where power struggles and issues around control can be exchanged. At the sacral chakra, there is a bond of sexual desire as well as attuning to one another's creative leanings, desires, wants, cravings, moods, and all of that. At the root chakra level, we have a sharing of the sense of home. Sometimes a bond created around a sense of family, or perhaps even sharing of finances and connectedness to the experience of the physical aspect of life on earth. We share information there so that we can better partner in that area. The more a couple has sex, the more information and energy, obviously, are going to be exchanged at these levels, and the closer the bond becomes. So the more sex, the more this bond develops. Note, too, that this exchange of energy, as we said, does have the capacity to affect us in a negative way, in the case of negative emotions around sex, or in the case of sexual abuse. Know that while the imprint of a sexual partner can be significant, especially around the time that the imprint is made, it does not necessarily have to be something that becomes permanent. In other words, a rape victim may remember the emotional imprint of rape her whole life, but she also has the power to transform and heal how she relates with that memory. In other words, if the imprint your partner makes is negative and you do not wish to carry their energy with you, you can clear it, release it, and heal yourself. Now, over centuries and centuries of cultural evolution around the world, sex has become rather entwined with the idea of control. One example of this is that in many cultures, there was a desire to control bloodlines so that you could control property and inheritance. So women's sexuality was oftentimes something that was very, very highly guarded and protected, wherein virginity became something that was very, very valuable or desirable. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of the way that control became very, very embedded in the psychological connections that we have around sex. And in truth, the negative connotations attributed to sexuality actually originate in this sense of control or imbalanced control. Consent, respect, and love, at the very least, the sense of the kind of love that represents compassionate, loving respect for all forms of life, are necessary components to creating a healthy, uplifting sex life. So sex in a healthy container, practiced either alone or with a partner with openness and love, has the potential to actually be very, very healing. We know that abusive sex has the unfortunate potential to create fear, hurt, and misalignment for everyone involved, not just the victim. But like most all things in this dual world we live in, sex also has the potential to create at the opposite extreme, the opposite polar extreme, such that it heals us, strengthens us, and amplifies our joy and creativity. Sexual energy can even become something that we direct towards the practice of manifestation around a creative goal, wherein the added sexual energy within feeds our inner fire and gives us more inspiration, motivation, and vision to create. It's interesting how much sexuality comes through in art. Artists who are absolutely devoted to the practice of creation and really spend their lives exploring it. Sexuality is often entwined in their story somewhere. Not all, but in some. Sex can also be very, very healing for our relationship with ourselves. So when we get in touch with our own sexuality, we create a space in which we can become more deeply in tune with our bodies. We can come to know our emotions better. And also we can come to access, to touch, and to move and work with our inner spiritual presence. In this way, we can come to understand ourselves better so that we develop more trust for ourselves. When you love, trust, and understand yourself, you will bring those kinds of values into your relationships such that you are available to share greater love, openness, intimacy, support, and trust with others. Your body is a perfect expression of your consciousness and of your spiritual presence. Mind, emotion, and spiritual energy are stored and perfectly fused with every cell of your body. The body is therefore a very powerful point of access through which we can explore, understand, and heal the mind and spirit. And of course, when we love our bodies, we become all the more open to them and all the more open to the power to heal and thus understand, create, and change ourselves at the mental and spiritual levels through physical practices. In this way, we can almost consider sexuality to be a yoga. If you're interested in exploring the healing and empowering aspects of sexuality, I would highly recommend learning about and practicing Tantra. Tantra is a system of spiritual teachings and practices that actually date back thousands of years, even before Christianity, originating in Eastern philosophies of Hinduism and Buddhism in India. Tantric teachings on sexuality can help you get in touch with your body. There's a lot done with breath work and really sensitizing your awareness of your physical body and all of its feelings in a very direct manner. And this can help you to learn to consciously create healing, uplifting, positive sexual experiences. In the interest of learning to expand our awareness of our bodies, we're going to do a quick guided meditation today that will help us open the sacral chakra and increase our sensitivities to our body's messages. This is a good kind of thing to practice as a foundation if you're on a journey to learn more about your sexuality. So we're just going to start with feelings today. So if you're able to, if you're in the right environment, go ahead and close your eyes. You can relax your body. And then once you're settled, you can begin to breathe deeply and evenly. Simply notice the rise and the fall of your breath, moving in and out of your lungs. Noticing the rhythm of your heartbeat, gently slowing as your body relaxes, moving into a state of receptivity. The deeper you breathe, the deeper you relax. Your body is relaxed and your mind is relaxed. Your thoughts begin to grow quieter and quieter in your mind until your thoughts dissolve and gently fade into quiet and stillness. Simply continue to observe the rise and the fall of your breath in this stillness. Notice that your breath brings awareness to the vessel in which you reside. Allow the breath to light your awareness of every cell in your body and every feeling and emotion that you carry. With every breath you take, you become more and more sensitized to your feelings. You might notice your third eye gently relaxing open as it downloads the information of this sensitization. Feeling all of the emotions, all of the physical sensations, and understanding their meaning. You can feel the source of your state of being now. With your next deep breath, see and feel yourself breathing in a beautiful wave of light, and allow the light to represent awareness, consciousness. Feel this wave of light flooding in at the top of your head and igniting a burning light within every cell of your physical body, going all the way down the spine, down the arms, through the fingertips, down the legs, and into the toes. Every cell is awake, alive, and aware. Gaze deeply into the light at the center of your cells. Observe this space. Perhaps you might notice your DNA and the information it carries floating, spiraling, and moving. And even deeper behind the fragments of DNA information, you can see a purity within you, a still, powerful, and pure space of light. The presence of God. Wherein you can touch unity with all things. As you breathe, gather in this beautiful spiritual light and gently bring your awareness to your sacral chakra at the center of your pelvic region near the sex organs. Your sacral chakra is a beautiful sphere of orange light, spinning and moving. Focus on this clear orb of orange light, letting all else fall away. All you see is an orange sphere. Notice whether there are any imbalances, blockages. Breathe into those spaces and allow the light to flood in, cleansing, dissolving, and clearing away such imbalances, increasing your feeling of peace. Allow the sensation to transform such that it is like there is a vacuum, suctioning away all lower energy from the sacral chakra. See and feel the inner light of this chakra burning brighter. See and feel the beauty of the color, the orange light shining brighter, brilliantly. And with your next deep rhythmic breath, ignite a fire within your sacral chakra, feeling the center spark of light expand and blaze and warm outwards. Breathe that fire throughout your body. As you inhale, feeling that fire lifting up the spine, spreading downwards all the way down through the legs into the very feet. Noticing that energizing, creative feeling, bringing life to all aspects of your being, clearing out any stagnation from the past, and burning you into a pure state, feeling inspired and alive. Watch until that beautiful fire expands outward to create a cocoon of fiery warmth and light. You may take a moment to set an intention to place within your sacral chakra for healing or creativity. Now we'll take in one more deep healing breath, gently bringing your awareness right back to your physical body, your physical presence. Breathe your focus and energy right down into the sacral and root chakras. And with the next exhale, see that light energy and focus flooding into the earth, helping to ground your energy, becoming even more aware and alive and awake in the body. We'll take in just one more breath in this manner, again gathering all of your presence into the moment now. And exhaling all of that presence to feel it expand, rooted in the earth, in your body, in the present. As soon as you are ready to do so, you may gently open your eyes and shift right back into the room that you're sitting in, the physical space. Good. Thank you so much for connecting in our meditation. We always have such a beautiful shared energy we are able to spread around for all who are connecting, whether you're connecting live or whether you're even listening on rebroadcast later. And know that you can return to this meditation after the broadcast if you'd like, so that you can practice it again in the future or share it with someone you love. And you can do that by visiting the archives of Through the Eyes of the Angels, available to download or stream on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and of course I'll also put it on the Through the Eyes of the Angels playlist on my YouTube channel for you guys, so you can find it easily. And I also believe that Bring Me to Life will put it on as a separate meditation, so that you don't even have to listen through the whole podcast to find it. They'll separate out the meditation for you too. So we'll leave links for that if you want to go back to it. Yay! Okay, so now is the time for you to call in if you'd like to receive an angel reading, you guys. I know that some of you have already expressed some interest in this, so here is the number that you can call. You can call in at 240-979-6366. That's 240-979-6366. Now you can also text your reading request to that number, or you can leave a voicemail on that number if you don't get through, and we'll get back to you, or you can even request your reading there and I'll read it later. We're also accepting reading requests and questions in the chat room at bringmetolife.com. That's BRINGME, the number 2, LIFE.com, where you'll see a little chat bubble that you can click. And finally, you can also post a request on the Bring Me to Life Facebook page. So today I'm going to be working with the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. So let's dive right into it and see if we've got someone. All right. We already have a request coming in. It looks like this is a request coming in from Anna. It looks like she must have texted her message in. And she is looking for a general reading today. She just wants to be open to general angel messages. So let's go ahead for you, Anna, and pull a couple of cards. I'm going to pull 3 and just begin by tuning into your energy. Right away, your angels are saying that you're at the beginning of something in your life. I'm getting a feeling that we're at the beginning of a new chapter. And in fact, they showed us an image where it's like you're holding a baby, which is a symbol of fertility and, again, new beginnings. So this represents that you're really in a wonderful state of manifestation and you're changing as a result of it. So if you find yourself with any big ideas or big things that you want to start, change, or do, then definitely this is your time to shine. And treat yourself with special treatment, special self-care right now, because since you are at this beginning phase where the universe is giving you new ideas, you're transforming into a new person because of the inspiration that you're getting to start something new, you deserve to be treated differently. You deserve to nurture your vessel, nurture your life in a different way so that you can make room for that. So Anna, we're going to turn over your cards right now and just see what messages the angels have for you. So your first card is the Artemis card, which represents guardian, protection. So this is a card that's actually telling you that it is safe to let go of any doubts or fears about stepping out in the world, speaking up, speaking your mind, and owning or going after the thing that you desire the most. The second card is the Expect a Miracle card with Mother Mary. So again, we got this theme of mothering because the image on the card is, of course, Mother Mary holding a baby Jesus. This is a card that's telling you to have faith. Your prayers are being answered, and heaven is helping you with the thing that you're looking to manifest, with the change that you want to make. Again, it's safe for you to speak up, safe for you to start taking action towards this goal, and heaven is supporting you. The divine timing is right now. Your final card is Purification. This is a card that's saying that some of the messages or the feedback that you might get back from heaven at this time in your life is to make a few changes to release things so that your life is a better space to invite in what you're trying to manifest. So if you've got a brand new idea or a new phase of life or a new relationship you're looking to nurture, attract, or something to do, your angels are saying cleanse your life of any distractions or of anything that just no longer serves what you're trying to bring in and manifest. And this will really support your purpose. So thank you so much, Anna, for your request. Let's go ahead and turn back and see if we have anyone else who has called in. All right, it looks like we have another texted in request from Michelle. And Michelle is wondering if we can advise her on what she must focus on in her spiritual path, because she is studying for personal training, but she's also being guided towards motivational work too. Thank you so much, Michelle. What a great question. So life purpose is really, really big right now. I'm hearing the angels say that a lot of people have really been getting a lot of guidance to do new things, to stretch outside their comfort zone and to do some stuff with life purpose. So I'm going to turn over some cards for you, Michelle. And as I'm connecting with this, your angels are saying that yes, you actually do have a lot of power around motivation and even spiritual teaching. And it doesn't have to be spiritual teaching in a traditional sense where it's like, I am intuitively channeling or I am doing something that's religious or part of any other tradition. Your angels are saying, let it be your own thing completely, and that your natural wisdom and instincts have the ability to actually really uplift people, make people feel like they're coming to life, and it gives them a lot of encouragement. So definitely look into that area as well. The angels are saying that you have a knack for psychology or for understanding how people feel and why they feel that way. So definitely look at that. I'm seeing the energy of yoga all around you too. So yoga might be a good way to fuse some of the things that you are looking at and help you with your coaching work. I feel that you have a natural inner coach. Your cards are the Sorceress card with the goddess Rhiannon. That's a really powerful card. That says that, again, you are a powerful manifester, but also you are ripe for being, again, that leader or role model or spiritual teacher for other people. You are magic and you can manifest this now. You've got all it takes. Your second card is the Compassion card with Kuan Yin. I love Kuan Yin, by the way. And compassion, this is a message right away that I'm hearing your guides and angels say represents the deep capacity for empathy that you have. You have been an empath your entire life, and your angels and guides want you to know that you can use that natural empathy for your benefit to help the world. It's just that you've got to make sure that you have enough balance so that you create proper boundaries with others so that you're not taking on too much of other people's energy, and that you can remain calm and still and clear so that you're simply sending them, the love of God. So in other words, you're not their source. God is their source, and you're just directing them to source, which is one of the most profound things we can do for another person, right? Your final card, Michelle, is the Sacred Space card with the goddess Nematona. Sacred Space. So this is a card that suggests the practice of creating a sacred space in your daily rituals. For you particularly, I'm hearing your angels say again that if you have something daily that you do regularly, such as meditation, and again, I see images of yoga and things like this, that is your sacred space. And that will give you, again, the centeredness and the strength to do what you are here to do. And that you can teach other people to do that too. You can teach other people how to change their lifestyles for their betterment. And that's a big thing. The angels are saying that they're helping you to become a master of lifestyles. Very cool, Michelle. Definitely call us back at any point in the future in a future show and let us know how that path is going. I would love to hear about it. Okay, so let's go back and see if we've got some more reading requests. All right, so it looks like we have lots and lots of texts that have come in. So we're just going to go right down the line and do another one of those. We've got a text request from Kristen, who would like a reading for her boyfriend, Jaron. So let's go ahead and tune in and see what we get for Kristen. The very first thing that we're seeing, Kristen, is a sense that there is budding. Something budding and new here. It's really interesting because there's a little bit of a theme going on today where the angels and guides are giving us a lot of guidance with regard to new beginnings, or that we're at the beginning of a journey, or starting something, or something new is coming in our lives. Partially that's because today is the new moon, you guys. So I love that we're doing readings on a new moon, and it's a new moon partial solar eclipse. So the solar eclipse brings a special sense of fresh, bright energy to what we're starting. So anyways, Kristen, with what you are starting, or this new energy that's budding in the next chapter with your boyfriend, Jaron, it's bringing up a lot that can be healed. I'm actually seeing that you have the ability to get a lot closer to his inner child, The angels are showing us that both of you have there's some soulmate energy there that's really strong. I see past lives between the two of you. And they're saying that on Jaron's part, he is able to open his heart more than he has been able to in past relationships, thereby finding that inner child part of us that really, it's like an emotional aspect of us that really kind of never grows up. It's the part that's always connected to our instincts and our deepest feelings and needs. So if we're used to in life being the strong person that stands up and does what we're supposed to do, or heeds the expectations of the outside world, the inner child will never let you forget what your true feelings are, and what your true needs are. So you're helping to unlock that together with your boyfriend, Jaren, and any little hiccups or challenges that ever come up between the two of you guys, you've got the ability to sail through those things if you choose. It's just a matter of really opening the channels of communication and really getting on the same page and talking about your values too. One of the biggest things that benefits our relationships is when we're on the same page in terms of our values with our partner. So this is something that's really important because our values are not always the things that we think of as our ideals and morals. They are the things that we are actively valuing every day. So if you're actively doing something, supporting a practice in your life, that's one of your values. And if the two of you can get kind of on the same page with regard to your values and always talk about where that's shifting and growing, that's a really great thing for your relationship together. We also have some cards for you, Kristen. And your first card is the True Love card with Guinevere. Oh my gosh, how synchronistic. We ask about a relationship, and of course the True Love card comes up. So this is basically an affirmation that yes, you are both where you're supposed to be, because this is a definitely a relationship with a lot of potential for love, that sense where we could really discover God, we could discover ourselves through this relationship, even through the challenges. Sometimes with our relationships, it can be the most difficult things that actually get us to find God or to find our true self. But there is true love here. There's true soul purpose here. The second card is the Independent card. The Independent card represents that your independence for both of you in this relationship is a foundation for success. So always be ready to reevaluate areas where it looks like you might be relying a little bit too much on the other person to provide you with a different state of being or feeling. Develop the feelings or the self-love or the confidence or whatever that you need individually first, and then bring that to the table. Bring that independence on both sides of the relationship to the table so that everybody's carrying their own baggage, kind of thing. Your final card is the Bodies of Water card. Bodies of Water, which is a card that says bring new life into this relationship. Bodies of Water. When we see this card, sometimes, literally we can be saying spend some time near water or just refresh the energy. This can be done through talk. This can be done through sacred sexuality, since we've been on the topic of that today. Anything that really recharges the batteries in a really healthful way for you guys. That's a really good thing to add in right now. Okay, so thank you for your request, Kristen. Let's go back and see if we've got anybody who wants to have a reading. Oh my gosh, we've got lots of requests coming in through text. All right, we're going to go to Michelle Maria. She says that she is looking for a general reading. So we're just going to pull a card for you, Michelle Maria. And you know what? It looks like we've got a lot of people waiting, so I'm just going to pull one card to see what your angels want to tell you today so that we can get to lots of people. And Michelle Maria, your card is the Expect a Miracle card again. Let me tell you guys, I shuffle these cards between every single reading, and I always pull from completely random parts of the deck just to let Law of Attraction move these cards around. And you got that Expect a Miracle card too. So it's telling you that your ship is coming in. And for you, Michelle Maria, it looks like the ship that's coming in is from the outside. It's sort of like sometimes, the universe or our angels will ask us to take action or to change something inside ourselves to make our situation better. And not that that's not relevant for you, that, you shouldn't be taking steps to make life better, to do different things in your life. But there seems to be something coming in from an outside source that will help you. There's a new opportunity coming in. And I saw on your ship that's coming in some money flying around. So it looks like there's a little increase in finances. And it looks like we have somebody who is waiting to call in. Let's see if we can get connected with our caller today. We'll just check if that's possible with our producer, CeeLo, here. He's the one who's been answering the phone for you guys. Let's see what he has to say. It looks like we're not able to get through with our caller yet, but that's okay. If you guys call back in, we'll just try to time it right. So let's go ahead and we will go to one of the other texts, because we got a big list of texts that have come in. We have a text request from Angie. Hi, Angie. She says she enjoyed the meditation. Thank you, Angie. I'm so glad you did. I did too. That felt like a really good one. She wants a reading on her work situation. So again, such a great theme with regard to life purpose stuff coming through, you guys. So Angie, we're going to pull some cards for you from the Goddess deck and see what your angels and guides have to say. Ooh, right away, they're saying that there's an energy that needs to be cleared in your work situation, Angie. I felt like a sense of heaviness or stagnation there, particularly perhaps coming in from a situation that's felt limiting. And I'm seeing people, individuals, or maybe even coworker that feels like that's not bringing in the right energy. There's a sense of tension, a pulling feeling that I'm getting from it. So when our work lives or our career starts to feel that way, it means that it is very important for us to make some kind of a change. What can be a great step for this is speaking up to see if we can change the situation that we're in, or some of us will be then guided to actually change our job, to change and make a little bit of a shift. So let's turn these cards over and see what it is that you need to do, Angie, to shift your work life, to bring in more of that energy that you want, that energy that you need, more inspiration to clear the past. Ooh, okay, so your card is the Leap of Faith card with the goddess Anya. She's an elemental goddess. Anya, Leap of Faith. This is a card that says it's safe to take a risk. It is safe to take a risk. So again, follow your heart. You can start by speaking up if you're not ready to leave the situation. You can, again, explore it a little bit further. Speak up to see if a change is possible in your environment, in your setting, etc. And as you continue to explore, if you get strong, repeated gut intuitions that just say, I've got to move on, or repeated senses of I'm frustrated in this job, that is the universe's way of telling you that you've outgrown the situation and it's time to move on. So take your leap of faith. And I'm hearing your angels say, put your true desires into action. Put your true desires into action. That's so important. Your second card that I pulled only two for you because that's all I felt guided towards. But your second card, I think you'll love. It's the Abbondantia card. She's an Italian goddess of abundance, and the card represents prosperity. So this tells you that if you take your leap of faith and you make the change that you really want to make, that prosperity will follow you. Prosperity will follow you. So the universe is handing you an opportunity to give you the money and the support that you need financially. Go ahead and make that change. Okay, we have another reading request texted in from Sarah. Hi, Sarah. That's a great name. She said that she would love to have a reading about how she should start her spiritual life purpose of healing other people, healing and helping. Okay, Sarah, so I'm tuning into your energy right away, and the feeling that I'm getting is certainly that you're an empath. Very, very profoundly that you're an empath. Your angels want you to know that you do have the power to heal people and help people in a big way. And that actually begins in your life by healing yourself first. I think all light workers probably go through that experience at some point or another. So I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate with what we're talking about for Sarah today. But today your angels and your guides are telling you that they're going to be in perfect timing, delivering the right kinds of lessons to your doorstep or at your feet, where you will see, okay, there's this thing in my heart that I'm ready to release, or there is a past limitation that maybe I believed in or experienced before that I'm ready to exceed. I'm ready to go beyond that expectation. Whenever those emotions, feelings, or lessons come up, definitely take the time to be conscientious around them, to bring your awareness to them. Ask your heart, what is it that I am meant to heal? And as you heal yourself, your angels want you to know that it's like you're in training, like spiritual boot camp, but not a difficult kind. It can be an incredibly gratifying, uplifting kind of boot camp, I suppose, but it's just extra focused. As you go through that, you are learning very, very, very powerfully how to heal people. Not only in the sense that you're learning lessons that you can vocalize to other people, that you can tell other people about, and things that you can, teach people with your mind, with your logical thinking, but even in the sense that the healing that you're doing on yourself, or the healing that you're going through, the steps that you're guided to take to heal you, are making you a more expanded and powerful vessel of spiritual energy. through which you can hold space for other people that you'll heal. They're showing us that you've done healing in past lives, beyond a doubt. I see you doing energy healing in past lives, and that's absolutely amazing. I'm turning over your cards just to see what the angels want to show us lastly with this. And you got first the unconditional love card with Mary Magdalene. And the unconditional love card, right away, I'm being guided towards the idea of forgiveness. So the more that you clear your slate, shake the Etch-a-Sketch on the inside through forgiveness, becoming very, very, very clear in your own heart, the more you will become an incredible vessel for being able to give and receive love for other people. I feel a very nurturing, mothering energy that can come through you actually in your healing work as well. The last card that you have is the Fairness card with the goddess Maat from the Egyptian pantheon. And the Fairness card is a card that represents that it's very important to also learn boundaries as a healer. Boundaries, yes, you need boundaries and assertiveness and strength in this line of work, according to your angels. And that's some of the specific lessons that you will be attracting, since it talked about you are attracting your own lessons. Those boundaries are important because you mustn't become overwhelmed with trying to heal or fix one person whose energy might be really, really needy, or if people cross your boundaries and then you end up carrying their energy around all day, because that will keep you from being able to help in a bigger way out in the world. So your angels want you to know that having those boundaries and then cutting cords or clearing your energy field between your healing practices is going to be incredibly helpful for you. Last thing the angels want you to know is that they want you to just do the work on focusing on these steps that they're giving you right now. Follow the guidance that you get, and naturally they are going to bring all the clients that you need to you. So it's like, do this inner stuff first, take these steps that they give you very intuitively, and very, very naturally, incrementally over time, gradually, as you are ready for it. The volume of the number of people will increase based on the increase of your energy field, or that capacity to be able to hold space for and release people, when you need to. So awesome, Sarah. Thank you so much for doing the work that you're doing. That kind of work is so important. All right. So we have another reading request coming in from Amy. Amy is saying that life is good for her, and she's just looking for some general messages from her guides and angels to steer into even more fun, even more wonderful manifestations in her life. So thank you, Amy. I'm so happy life is good. Life is good, isn't it? I'm going to pull some cards for you and see what the angels have to show us. What an interesting theme. So I just saw an image of yoga again. And Amy, for you, it looks like you have the capacity to experience an incredible amount of joy and love and harmony and happiness. And it feels like a lot of it can get expressed and actually can ground itself into your life so that you attract more and more and more of it through practicing yoga or practicing anything that brings a discipline into your body. Your body's cells are changing. Your body is holding space for higher energy to come in right now. So regularly or even daily, if you feel guided to, practice a yoga or something like this, and this will really help you. I'm turning over a card for you, and you got the Medicine Woman card from the goddess Ixchel, the Mayan goddess Ixchel, who is, oh my God, you guys, an amazing, amazing being. I once went to Cozumel in Mexico, which is an island sacred to the goddess Ixchel, and I had an amazing connection with her. In fact, that's what inspired me to make my guided meditation with the goddess Ixchel that you can find on YouTube. So totally connect with her. But anyways, Amy, this card for you, and we see the Medicine Woman card come up, it represents that you are a divine channel. I'm also getting a strong sense of past lives in shamanism. Past lives as a priestess, past lives as a healer. You're an old soul. You've got the ability to hold a lot of space for beautiful spiritual energy. Your second card is the Transformation card with Butterfly Woman, who is a Native American goddess. Gosh, we got two goddesses that are both in the Americas. That's kind of an interesting synchronicity. Perhaps you've got a past life connection to this part of the world. Your angels want you to know from Butterfly Maiden, this idea of transformation, that you are, again, upgrading or ascending in what you're able to hold space for in terms of that spiritual energy. You're transforming right now. So transform with joy. That's the best thing that you can do. And thank you, Amy. Thank you so much for your message. So let's go in. It looks like we can squeeze in just one more message for today. So we're going to go to Nadia. Nadia says that she would love a general reading if possible. And she's requesting her message from France. Hi, Nadia in France. I'm so glad you're connecting. I love France. It's so beautiful there. So beautiful. I have not been there in many years, but it's a beautiful place. And I'm also getting a note that it's for a twin flame general reading. Awesome. Okay, so Nadia, I'm going to pull some cards for you, and we'll see what your angels have to say on twin flames in your life. The first feeling that I'm getting your angels say is slow down and trust all the things that you are naturally manifesting on your path, dear one. Know that each stepping stone that you receive in this life is a step to the soulmate relationship you're supposed to have that will shape you and evolve you the most. So we're getting a feeling where it's like we don't necessarily need to focus overly on the idea of getting, our twin flame, this specific, kind of destined lover, because you can't avoid finding your twin flame. You could go hide, on the North Pole in an igloo for 20 years, and your twin flame would knock on your door and find you if that's part of your destiny, if that's part of the soul contract. So your angels are saying that there's a sense that you're right where you need to be. You're getting into the energy that you need to be in. So remain calm with it, allow things to move, and you will see the right scenarios come forward. The card that I pulled for you is the white tarot card representing sensitivity. For you, your angels and guides are telling you that this card represents that you have a lot of high intuition and sensitivity spiritually, and they want you to know that using your emotional instincts through your relationships and through your dating life and through all of that is very, very, very powerful. Your instincts and your emotions, the ones deep down, will always tell you exactly what you need to know. So raise your standards in your relationships to match the values that you value the highest for relationships. And naturally, law of attraction brings the right soulmate relationship to you as a result. Naturally, we experience the right things with our soulmate as we authentically value the things that we feel are most important in our lives, the things that are best for us. You are finding your vibrational match, and your angels are showing that there's something right around the corner with that. Again, they're saying you are ripe or you are ready. So that's really beautiful. Oh my gosh, we're already at the end of our time, guys, but I'm just going to squeeze in one final reading for Maria. Maria G. She wants a general reading based on love. So she wants a love reading, another love reading. I love this theme that we have going on today. So Maria, we're just going to tune into your energy, and I'm pulling some cards for you. Right away, I'm getting a feeling, Maria, that your angels are also for you, leading you towards some healing work that you can do on the inside to help to inspire what you attract and manifest. It feels as if there's a sense where we want to clear out or reprogram some conditioning that goes all the way back into some of your first relationships, which include relationships with your parents. So heal there first, or clear whatever your angels invite you to clear from past relationships. And you'll see that creating a big boost forward with regard to the relationship that you attract. I pulled some cards for you too, and your first card is the True Love card. Yay, it's shown up again, you guys. True Love. So this is a card that says that for you as well, your instincts are stirring you towards the right relationship. So always listen to what you want first. Always be true to yourself, you guys. There's no reason to people please. There's no reason to look to what other people might expect you to express in terms of, making connections and finding intimacy with others in life. Stay true to you 100% and be unafraid to express that true you. That's how you'll find the best, most awesome space for intimacy, for closeness. The next little thing that the angels are showing us, actually, I pulled the Independent card as another card for you. And for you, your angels want you to know that you may have some time in your life where you're guided to do some, independent journeying, growing, or learning, but that this is a good thing because this is a preparation for you to meet your true love, just as we saw on the previous card. So value the independence that you've already had. It's leading you right to your next relationship. And then your final card, Maria, is the past life card. This is a card that says that some of that inner healing work that they directed us to that went into your past for this lifetime actually extends all the way back into past lives. So any healing work that, again, that you can do there, that is the fast track to making beautiful changes occur in your love life. So there's some wonderful things that we see around the corner. And I heard your angels just say blossoming, like a flower opening and blossoming. You are changing, you are growing. Okay, you guys, we are at the end of our time. I can't believe how time truly does fly when you're having fun. Thank you so much for listening. And remember that I will be live every month on the Bring Me to Life Network, bringing you spiritual discussions and angel messages. You can mark your calendars for Thursday, March 15th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for our next show on Angels and Ascension, in which I'll be joined by a very, very special guest, Charlene Anna Louise. She's from the UK, and Charlene is a fellow angel channeler and the author of the book You're More Than Just a Body. She is absolutely awesome, so I can't wait to introduce her to you guys. You can visit her website at wtbangels.com to learn more about her. All of my podcasts are, of course, recorded and available to listen to on iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, at Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com, and on the app for Android, Stitcher. That's Stitcher. I will be posting the YouTube links for the podcast on my social media pages if you'd like to listen in again or share it with a friend. And you can connect with me on Facebook at facebook.com/SarahHall1111. Follow me on Twitter at Seraphim444, that's SERAPHIM444, or follow me on Instagram at SarahHall444, that's SARAHHALL444. If you'd also like to connect with me for a private reading, a spiritual coaching, or a healing session, you can visit my website at www.sarahhall.com. That's SARAHHALL.com. Stay tuned and follow the Bring Me to Life Network at www.bringme2life.com for more inspiring talk radio, music, and more. All of my love to you guys. Bye.